Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be using our Ninja Foodi Power Mixer to make a really great tomato soup. So you ready? Let's get into this. For this recipe we're going to need tomatoes. You're going to want to cut these in quarters, some half and half, a little bit of vegetable broth, some loosely diced yellow onions, salt and pepper combination, a little bit of monk fruit sweetener or sugar. We're using the monk fruit sweetener. Grated parmesan cheese, some garlic cloves, a little bit of olive oil, and our herb combination. We're using a little bit of dried thyme, basil, and a little bit of red chili flake. If you want to make this recipe, all the ingredients and measurements are down in the description of the video, along with the calorie count, the protein, the carbs, and the fat. To handle our blending duties, we're using the Ninja Foodi Power Mixer. For something like this, you're not going to want to use a mixer, you're going to want to actually use an immersion blender. And the cool thing about this is I can take this head off, just like that, and I can throw on an immersion blender attachment, like so, and we'll be ready to go. The first thing we want to do is preheat our oven to 425 degrees. And while that's preheating, we can get our tomatoes ready. So we're going to take a large mixing bowl, throw in our tomatoes, our garlic cloves, our onions, our salt and pepper combination. You may or may not want to use all the salt and pepper that I have in the recipe. I like to use more salt and pepper than most people do, so it's okay with me, but you might want to use a little bit less and then add a little bit more later if you need more flavor. Just to make sure you're not putting too much in for your taste. The last thing we'll put in the bowl here is our oil. Now we're going to stir this around a little bit, just enough to make sure we get an even coating of the oil on all this stuff. Be careful not to crush your tomatoes or anything. Just kind of scoop and flip. Don't worry too much about getting all the onions and everything separated out. Not really a big deal because our immersion blender is going to take care of a lot of that for us. Once you've got that evenly coated, we're going to take a sheet pan and line it with aluminum foil, just like I did right here. And we're going to lay out our tomato mixture right on there in one single layer. Once your oven's preheated, we're going to take our tomato mixture and we're going to set it on the middle rack, and we're going to bake that for 45 minutes.
3 days later.
Okay, once your 45 minutes is up, we can pull the tomatoes out of the oven, and they should look a little bit like that. Next, we're going to put a large pot on the stove, and we're going to heat that at about a medium to a medium high. And we're going to carefully dump all of our tomatoes and onions and everything into that. Next, we'll add in our dry herbs, our sweetener, and our vegetable broth. Next, we're going to take our immersion blender and set this all the way down inside the soup. You notice I don't have this started up yet. I'm putting this in here all the way before I do that. Otherwise, we're going to splash stuff all over the place. We're going to blend this on low speed until we get the consistency that we want, which is going to be probably right around 2 minutes or so. Hey, by the way, if this is your first time here and you want to learn some cool new recipes, get some great cooking tips and tricks and all sorts of other kitchen related things, then start now by subscribing to the channel and clicking the notification bell so you never miss a thing. Alright. After you get done blending, you'll let this pot sit here until you get to a boil, just like that. And then we're going to reduce the temperature down to a simmer. While you're simmering this, you're going to want to give it a stir every once in a while, just to make sure that nothing burns. But once you get down to that simmer, you're probably not going to really have a problem with that. But I like to stir stuff, so I'll probably do it anyway. And we're going to let this reduce uncovered for about 40 minutes or so. At this point, I would taste it a little bit just to see if it's got enough salt and pepper in there for you. If not, you can add a little bit more in now, and if it does, then you should be fine.
Much later.
Once we get done simmering, we're going to add in our half and half. So we're going to pour that in slowly, and just sort of use a whisk to get it just combined. And then we'll be ready to plate. To plate this up, we'll just use a ladle, set that right in the middle here. Just like that. And we're going to top this with some of our Parmesan cheese, just like that. And if you want to be fancy, you can garnish it with a little bit of fresh basil. You know what goes great with tomato soup? How about some grilled cheese sandwich? These right here are a great combination. And this is definitely not the same grilled cheese sandwich I made last week. I promise. What? Really? I think you're really going to love this tomato soup. It comes out really nice and smooth. The fact that we're using an immersion blender to make it is going to give you results just like you get out of your favorite restaurant. And if you pair it with a grilled cheese sandwich like I did, that's heaven. King of the comfort foods, I think. If you'd like a little bit more information about the Ninja Foodi Power Mixer that we use in this video, we have an Amazon affiliate link to it down in the description of the video. If you buy anything through those links, we do make a small commission, but it doesn't change the price that you pay 1 cent. If you like this video, you're probably going to like this video right here where we show you how to air fry a grilled cheese sandwich in a Ninja Foodi pressure cooker. If you like gooey cheese and nice crunchy bread, you're really going to love making it that way. Well, that's it for now. I hope to see you back again here really soon. Until that time, I'm Joe, and I hope you have a phenomenal day. Take it easy.